I've got to go to Vienna. It's not the reaction I expected. Sorry. And here I am outside the Hofburg in Vienna, central Vienna. What a beautiful, beautiful city this is. Honestly, I've never seen architecture like it. It's so grand, it's so unique. It's just kind of blowing my mind. So I've got a few days here. I've got a marathon to run tomorrow. I'm going to give you a few highlights of the run, probably a few parts where I've been struggling at the end. And look, I'm not here on my own. I'm here with some Excel and data legends who are going to be a part of this episode. So stick with me, and I'm going to give you a quick glimpse now of some of the highlights of my touristy time in Vienna. All right, on screen you can see the two data and Excel related friends I was with while I was out in Vienna. On the left, Szepesi, Microsoft Data MVP, and on the right, Laura Szepesi, whose surname I probably just butchered. She is an Excel trainer and consultant based out in Vienna, and she was essentially our guide for the few days that I was there. I also somehow managed to convince none other than the GOAT, Leila Gharani, to meet me for lunch and to have a good chat. So thank you, Leila, for meeting me. If we just pause on this picture for 1 second, I am slightly horrified by how fat I look, bearing in mind I'd been marathon training for at least 6 months when this picture was taken. I guess that's just what happens when you take pictures next to Leila Gharani. But anyway, let's get back to the touristy segment of my time in Vienna, including a few short clips from my marathon experience. You're in. Right, day before, morning training run. There's the finish line. She's excited. It's tipping down with rain. We love running marathons. Alright, we're here on the start line in our bin bags. It's looking pretty cool.
It's very cold.
It's got 40 minutes to wait until the actual marathon starts. Weather's pretty good. We're both feeling pretty good.
Excited.
Yeah.
Cold.
I'll give you lots of updates as I get around. Alright, half marathon mark. Feeling awesome. Not pushing it at all. Heart rate 138. Cadence 170-ish. Average pace kind of 6.5 minute kilometers. Feeling like I'm pretty fit and ready for this, but it's going to get worse. That marathon was pretty tough, I have to admit. And what do you do after you've run a marathon? Obviously, you sit down and you stuff your face with really, really bad food, which is exactly what we did. So now it's time to get into the interview segment. I sat down with Szepesi, who had, at the time of recording this, just been awarded her first Microsoft MVP award. Fully deserved, by the way. So I hope you enjoy these clips, and I will make sure there's a link to the full recording below this video. Sue,
Giles.
hello. Yeah, it's great to catch up with you after Munich, the first time we spent time together doing another marathon. We've just been talking today about the fact that you ran past me at 22 miles in a much better state than I was at the time. It's become a bit of a habit, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it has. It was quite funny. I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
Just so that you know that I started at least 10 minutes after you, and I'm a good 10 years older than you, but I still whooped your ass.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations, firstly, because you've got your MVP award from Microsoft.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's amazing, and that's in the data space.
Yes, it's data platform.
Okay, cool. And you were telling me the other day there's like something like 300 data
Don't
MVPs,
quote me
is that
on the
right?
numbers because I'm not entirely sure, but I think there's about 3,000 odd MVPs, Microsoft Value Professionals in the world, and I think roughly 300, might be 300 in the UK. I can't remember if it's 300 in the UK or 300 in the data platform space. I'm not sure, but it's not a huge number. So
Well,
I'm
amazing.
hugely honoured, proud, humbled, delighted, all of the words that you can use.
How would you describe Fabric? What does Fabric do? What does it bring to us as modelers?
So as modelers, when you present, I don't know how many of your users use Power BI.
Some of them, yeah. In full stack, not a huge proportion would, but hopefully more of the viewers would.
So you have Microsoft Office, which is in the cloud. When you build a Power BI model, you publish it to the cloud. And it was app.powerbi.com, and that was your Power BI. What Fabric does is it's basically a way that you can pull in Power BI, real-time analytics, data warehousing, lake houses, data factory, all these data tools under one roof, which Power BI sits in.
Yeah.
It all sits on top of a thing called OneLake, and OneLake is a way, it's a bit like OneDrive.
Okay.
But it's where you can store all of your data. And you can pull your data in to Fabric in OneLake, and you can use it for many different things. So you could have your data scientists use Python on it and pull in data from, huge storage systems. You can put things into a lake house of unstructured data. So, not our tabular models, you can pull in anything.
Okay.
You can then take this unstructured data and make it into a warehouse if you want to make it into a warehouse where you have like your SQL database type thing.
Yeah.
Or you can pull it in into your lakehouse, and your lakehouse can feed a custom custo database or some real-time analytics or Python notebooks or data flows using Power Query. You can create a semantic model, and that model can then feed anything like Excel, for example.
Amazing, okay.
So it's a way that businesses can bring in data. They can store the data in one place. That data can then be used by many different teams to do whatever they need to do in whatever language they use, but it's a consistent place that the data's kept. And they're bringing in a security model that will sit around everything to keep it safe.
Nice. So to play those words back to you, it's really at an enterprise level, it's about using and managing your data as efficiently as possible across the company, in the cloud. You don't have what we see quite a lot at the moment, which is silos and people duplicating data
Why is
sets.
this number as the set white? Why is it not the same as this? Why are your reports different?
Amazing. Okay. Final day, final full day anyway. I leave tomorrow afternoon, and my legs are a little bit smashed from the marathon. I am on my way to this little, I don't know if you can see it, this little fun fair section. Laura, who's been our local kind of host and guide for the last few days, is challenging me to more games. She keeps losing in everything we play together, and she's determined to beat me in something. So we're going to have one final flutter at some games, and then I'm going to go home. Little update, Laura is now 4-0 down on the game state. Not sure she's talking to me anymore, but we said best of 5 or first to 5 out of the games, so we're going to carry on. It's been a great day so far for me. All right, my time in Vienna has come to an end. I'll be honest, I've had so much fun. I've kind of forgot that I'm supposed to be recording clips for this video series at times. It's been so good. So look, I mean, I found a nice little park here. This is just another building in Vienna. Everything is so beautiful. There's a few things I wanted to say just to close off this episode. Firstly, To Sue and Laura, who've been, my buddies while I've been out here. Sue is my partner in crime in all things marathons now. We have already signed up to Budapest Marathon in October. We signed up to it the day before we did the Vienna Marathon here. Crazy, and she's an absolute machine when she runs. Laura, who's an XL trainer based out in Vienna, has just been an awesome host. Rubbish at every game we've played: pool, basketball, air hockey, table football. It's what can I say? It's been an absolute whitewash when we've played games, but she's been a great host. So thanks, Laura. And Leila, who Leila Gharani, I managed to catch up with and have lunch and spend some time just talking about all things XL yesterday. I'm really, really grateful to Leila for giving up some of her time to have a chat with me. What an amazing place! What an amazing city! I can't wait to come back here. Maybe next time not with a marathon stuck in the middle of it, because it just feels like there's so much more to see and do here that I haven't had the time for. But that's it. I don't know whether I've got enough footage to make this an episode. I have to start doing this a little bit more structured and come up with a plan. Like I said, I've had so much fun. There have been times when I've just completely forgotten that I'm supposed to be doing clips. That's it. Thanks, Vienna. I will see you all for the next episode of XL on the Road. One thing I forgot to say, I really struggled in the last 5k of the marathon. It was really, really hard, and I'm now very nervous that in about 6 weeks' time, I'm going to be on the start line for Comrades Ultra in South Africa, where I've got to do 86 kilometers non-stop. So, kind of terrified. There you go, we'll deal with that in 6 weeks. Be honest with me, am I fat? The look says it all.